So basically, if we want to print a statement or a line repeatedly many number of times, so each and every time we have to write print statement and go, and those many number of times we'll get. So to write so much lengthy program, then it would be taking a lot of time. So we use this function. So if we call this function, that will come. We no need to write every time that function. I mean, every time that line. For suppose, hello world. So this hello world, if we want to print it 100 times, then if a user prints like okay, then printing the hello another time. So to do those type of tasks, so we use this function. So it is like we no need to write only a single statement. We can write many number of statements like welcome to this page, or go to the next page, or any kind of information, or any kind of task we want to do. It is more helpful. So that is multiple instructions. A set of instructions. For suppose if we write a function display, and in that function, if we write some instructions, and if we want to print all of them, so we just need to call this display function. So then it will call all the instructions. So these functions basically reduces the line of code, so which will help me in designing as well as in testing. So later, if we wanted to check a specific task is not done properly, then we just needed to check that particular function. So what is the problem in that, and we can rectify it. So it will be very easy in segregating the work and doing and performing some instructions. We can check that whether this function is playing a proper role or it is placed in a correct way and all. So I can test by checking these functions and whether my application is working properly or not. So this is the major useful thing in every programming language of this functions. So functions contain operations which can be used repeatedly by calling the function. So we have set of instructions which we would like to call repeatedly in your application. And instead of writing those instructions repeatedly, you write them in a function and then you call the function. So in JavaScript, we have two approaches. One is function declaration expression. Okay. So this is the syntax of declaration and this is the syntax of expressions. So when we are writing this print and function name, this is the function and print, then we are printing this line. So we can write hundreds of instructions in a function. This is declaration. So when I call this print function, then this function body will be called. So whatever the statements or lines are there inside the function, then these all will be printed one after the other. So this is the most useful part of function. So mainly in declaration, so we use function keyword. So this function expression, we are assigning this function to a variable called fun. So which is called function. So both are almost same, but we are assigning to a variable. So they perform the same performance. So we call this one, which is called this fun. So both are performing same, but the real difference is we are assigning this where to this word fun, which is called function, and we are calling it. So the main purpose is that it calls this block of code. I mean this lines. Yeah. So these lines will be executed one after the other. So we take this example. So here we use the function keyword and add, which is the function name, and we take a and b. These are called the parameters which we are using in this function. So this console.log a plus b. So this a plus b will be doing calculation. So if we pass this add and 3 comma 4 or any other values, it will go to this function. So this 3 will be passed through a and this 4 will be passed into b. So this is b. Those, so the final result will be 3 plus 4, that is 7. So similarly, we write 2 comma 3, then we'll get the result as 5. So we can change any number. So like this, we can use different functions. And the purpose is same. The similar instructions you were executing. So these are called parameters. So these are parameters. These are arguments. So these are okay. So this is called function definition. Okay. So when I'm calling this, so this is called function is called. So in this function, 3 and 4 are arguments. So if we change like 2 and 3, so these are also called arguments. So this is the body. These are the parameters. This is the arguments. This is function calling. And this total is the definition of function.